Okay, so let's say I have a date. Let's say I have 12. Let's say I have 12. 12. 12. Let me use 1207. 1207. 2008. Right. Now I want to. Now, I have this date, right? Now I want to bring out the um the day name of this date. You know what I mean by day name now, whether it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever. I want to bring out the month name from here, right? I want to extract out the year. Now, how will I do that? We can use a function called text function. So there are different ways we can use text function. So what it does is that it converts a value from whatever it is to text, right? So let's see how this works. Now, operate equals to, let me expand my screen so you can see it very clearly, right? So equals to text, right? Text. I click on, I'm still going to teach us more about absolute and relative referencing, right? But what I'm doing now is like it's something related to, like, it's close to it. So I reference this cell. That's where the original value is. So what I'm going to do now is that I want to bring out the day name of this date, right? I click on this. That is my G5, cell G5, comma, right? So what do I want to do? I want to see the day name. I'm going to do a double quote like this, right? And I press D 3 times, D, right? And I close my double quotes and I close brackets. Now, what did I do? Now, don't forget that what I want to achieve here is that I want to extract out the day name of these dates, right? I want to extract out the day name of these dates. Now, how do I do that? The way I'm going to do that is that I'm going to use a function called text to achieve it. Now, what did I do? Don't forget that if you want to use any formula or any function rather in Excel, it's always good to do what? To start with is equals to the first thing that you press, that you enter. The equals to, then you call out the function you want to use. I'm using the text function, right? You call out the function you want to use. Then comma, since I'm looking for D, it's going to be 3 Ds inside single quotes, left, right. I close my bracket and I press enter. Oh my God, what's going on? It's not giving me what I want. Okay, let me go back here and change this to, let me change this to text. Let me retweet again, equals to text, right? I reference this, I put double quotes, DDD, and I press enter. Why is it giving me the same thing? Just hold on, guys, I'm coming. Let me try it here. Equals to text. I reference this, comma, open double quotes, DDDD, let me put 4 Ds. It's still doing the same thing. This should not be happening. Just hold on. Let me try the months. It's giving me the same thing. Okay, let me control Z. Okay.
Because can you try to change the date? Maybe use slash instead of that.
Instead of that minus, Abby. Okay. Maybe that's where the issue is. Because it should work. I don't know. Okay. So let's try it again now. Text. Reference this. Double quotes, DDD. Close double quotes, press enter. You see the same thing. Okay, let me use my date format I'm supposed to use it. So it's supposed to be 207 for me. Let me just pick a date. I think it should be in this. Yeah, it has worked now.
Okay, this is your system date format, Abby.
Yes, this is my system date format. That's why it didn't work.
Okay, that's why.
Sorry, I didn't mention that. So you have to look at your system date format at this part, this down part of your, or the tax bar part of your desktop here. So mine is starting with year, month, and day. So yours might be day, month, and year. So that's why it didn't work at first, right? So now you see that it's showing that it's telling me that this date is a Thursday, right? It's a Thursday. Now, how do I write the Thursday out fully? It's just to go and add another D, add one more D, and press enter. You see the full name of the day appear. Is it clear to us, guys? Is it clear? Is it hard? Using text function to bring out the day name of a date. Because you might actually need this to do this if you are creating a report. You might have to like check trends of sales like for different days of the day, which day has the highest traffic and all of those things. So you might need to like, if I have a data, you might need to like, extract out the day name or those days. So I don't know. Does it make sense to you guys? Please, I want comment. So let's be active, please.
Yes, it does.
Okay, okay, no problem. Now let's now do the same thing for month name. Let's do same thing for month name. So let's say you want to extract out the month name. Now, if you are looking for month, what do you guess will be the answer? How are you going to go about it? How do you think you are going to go about it? This is the formula for Thursday, right?
You
For
change to
day.
M.
Sorry,
You change the D to M.
I didn't hear that word. Sorry, can you come again?
You change the D to M.
To M. Okay, good. Now equals to text. Let's see if that is true. Text. I reference this, right? Comma. I put my double quotes. I use M M M M M. I close my double quotes. I close my brackets, and I pressed enter. You are very correct. So now it's just to change this to M and to give you what? It will give you the month name of that date. Now, let's say now that we want to do the year. Our year is not like in, it's not like in text now. Yeah, but it will give you your 2207, but 207 it will be in text format, right? So to do that, it's just same thing. You're extracting out the year alone, so equals to text. I reference this, comma. So this one is going to be what now? What are we using for here? Is it
Why?
okay? Y. I close my double quotes, I close my bracket, and it's going to give me 2000 and what? 2007. That is the year of this date, right? So that is one of the ways you can use text function, right? Converting whatever data formats to text. Now, you might be wondering, 2007 is not supposed to be in numerical. It's not supposed to be in numerical value. So now there's some kind of data that you might encounter, or let me say, even you will still encounter that although they appear numerical, but you can't maintain their data types as numerical for the purpose or for the context of what they represent. So what do I mean by this? Let me explain it. For example, you are dealing with employee data and you said you have employee ID 101, employee ID 102, employee ID 103, and so on and so forth like that. Now, assuming I'm doing my data cleaning, my data restructuring, and all of those, right? And I may encounter this kind of thing. Now, don't forget that employee ID. Employee ID is a unique identifier of different unique individuals in an organization. So it means that me and you can be born on the same dates, we can have the same height, we can even bear the same name, live in the same area, have so many similarities, but we are two different individuals, right? No matter the similarity between, even if you see a twins, there will always be something that differentiates them, maybe in terms of behavior, maybe in terms of the way they talk, maybe in terms of the way they act, maybe in terms of the way they express themselves, the way they respond to different environmental influence or factors. Now, if you look at the employee ID, normally you'd be like, this is 102, 103, 101. This is numerical, of course, but when you are restructuring your data for analysis, this should not be labeled as numeric. It should be labeled as text because you are not doing any kind of manipulation with that data, except maybe you want to do some kind of count or distinct count or whatever. right? It's not the kind of column that you are going to be doing. You are going to be doing addition, subtraction, or you'll be multiplying or looking for average of employee IDs. No, you can't do that with this kind of data because it's a unique identifier. It's an ID. So in that context, what you are going to do is to change data type, even though it's appearing numerical, but to change that data type from numerical value to what? To a text value, right? It will be in text because of what it represents. I don't know if that makes sense to us. Guys, does it make sense? Is it clear?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay. Thank you. If your background is noisy, please just mute yourself, please. If you know your background is very noisy. But if it's not, no problem. You can leave your mic on, no problem. Now, okay, somebody was saying something. Okay, now let's move on. Now, another function that I would like to teach us, let me clear this one, is called, I don't know if you've done that before, but I guess not. I don't think you've done it. It's called, it's called left and right function. Left and right functions. Let's see how that works. So let's say, for example, I have maybe name. Let me know if you can hear me or you're not hearing me again. I have name. I have let me see another name. Just give me names, I beg. Like sample surnames.
Shola, Funke.
No, I'm looking like store names. Olayiwola, Aderibigbe,
Adewale.
Adewale, this kind of thing. All those Ade. Now let me now say that I only want to extract out the first three letters from the left, right? I'm going to be using a function called left function. We have some background noise, so I'm only going to be using the function called left to achieve that. So how do I do that? So I say equals to, don't forget, equals to is the first thing. I press my left function, I press left, I reference what I want to, where I want to do my extraction, like what I want to change or whatever, right? Comma, and it will tell me the number of characters. It's asking me, the IntelliSense you are seeing here is asking me for the number of characters that I want to extract out from the left. Now, let's say I want to extract out 3 characters, right? At least 3 alphabets. I'm going to type 3. If it's 4, I'm typing 4. If it's 5, I'm typing 5, right? So I want the first 3 characters from the left. So I'm going to press 3, right? And close my brackets and press enter. Now I've gotten my first answer. I double click or drag down. I see my other answers, and it's giving me this based on what? The first 3 alphabets or letters from the left of this main data here, right? So let's say I'm now doing the same thing. I want to also use my right function, right? I can also do the same thing, but this time around it's going to pick from the right. So let's say I'm doing for right. It's going to be equals to right, and I reference where I want to do that from, and I say, okay, the first 3 characters from the right, I enter 3, right? If I want more than that, I will enter the exact number that I want, and I'll close my brackets and I'll press enter. You see now that's giving me the last 3 characters from my right. So that is exactly how left and right function works. Is there any question from this left and right function? Anybody, any question from the left and right function? Is there anything that is a big deal there? No response? Okay, I assume it's clear. Now, there's this function that I want to show us, guys. Now, the function is called formula text. is called formula text. Right? Now, formula text, what does formula text entail? So if you use a formula in a cell, right? And let's say you want to keep seeing that formula somewhere, you want to keep seeing the way you use the formula, you don't have to start clicking inside the cell for you to know, oh, when I clicked on here, I saw that I used left function. Oh, when I click inside this cell, I said, oh, what I used in this cell is what is the right function. So how do I bring out a function out without having to, press inside the cell to see the exact function that I used, or formula that I used to get my results. So that's where the formula text now comes in. So how does this work? How does the formula text now work? Now, how it works is this. Now, to use the formula text, you say equals to, you press formula text, right? Formula text, you double click, right? You double click and you now click on the cell you have your formula, right? So I click on the cell I have my formula, my D4. That's the first cell I have the formula. I close my brackets, right? And I press enter. Now from here, you are going to see the actual formula you use to get the answer in this cell, right? So you can reference any cell to see the formula that was used without having to, go inside the cell and start checking on the formula bar to see the exact formula or functions you used to get your results. I don't know if it makes sense to you. Formula text. Any comments, guys? Is formula text clear to us? Hello, guys. Is formula text clear to us?
Yes, sir, it is. It is clear.
Okay, someone said I should come again. Okay, I'll come again for the last time. So I'm going to delete my answer. I'll do it again. Now, this is what I want to achieve. You know, when we wanted to do this, get these first three letters, what formula did we use, guys? What formula did we use? Right? We use let function to get this a day, and the rest. Now, if I want to know the formula I use, if I'm clicking outside of that cell, I can't see anything. I will not see anything on the formula because all these other cells I'm pressing here, they are empty. There's nothing inside it. Now, if I want to see the formula I use, I have to click inside the first ID to see that, oh, the formula bar is showing me that I used left function, right? Now, let's now assume that I don't want to keep doing that. I want to be seeing the formula outside, like on another different cell. I want to be seeing the formula I use. How am I going to do that? I'm going to use a function called formula text to see the function that I used inside this cell, the let function I used inside this cell. Now, how do I do that? I'm going to say equals to, don't forget that we are using any function in Excel. The first name is equals to. Formula text is the name of the function I'm using. Formula text, right? I'm going to reference my first answer that has the formula left open bracket, blah, blah, blah is embedded. Then I close the brackets, right? And I press enter, right? The formula text is going to give me the exact formula that I used inside this cell that I'm referencing, right? Now, let's say I drag this to the right now. It's going to show me that, oh, on cell E4, I used right open bracket C4, comma 3 close bracket. That's what I used. So your formula text is just going to give you, it's going to show you the exact formula you used inside a reference cell. I don't know. Is it clear? Is it clear now?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Any questions so far? So now we've done text function. We've done left and right function. We've done text. We've done left, right. We've done which one again? Formula text. So let me ask today if she's now available now. so that she can join us. Just hold on for 1 minute, please. Yeah, so our tutor for today, she's setting up her system. She's joining us in a few minutes now. She will join. So she can continue the class from here.
Okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
sir. I have a
Yeah.
question, please.
Sorry?
So I missed the text function section. So
Okay, and I was calling your name now. I was calling your name.
I was in the box then.
Okay, no problem.
All right, thank
So
you
it's
very
not like
much.
it's a hard thing. So this is what we did. I have my dates, right? And I want to extract out the day. I want to extract out the day, year, and months. So I use text function to do that. Equals to text, right? I reference this cell where I have my dates. I do double quotes. I use 4 Ds in my double quotes, and I press and I close my bracket. It should give me the day name of this date, right? Equals to text, open bracket. I reference this cell. I use 4 Ds, right? Oh, Miriam is here now. Okay, so if I want to also get the month name, the same function text, I reference the dates. I use 4 M's now. 4 M's. I close my double quotes, I close my bracket, and I have my day name and my month name. I can do the same thing again to extract out the year, right? And reference here again, and double quotes 4 Y's. Since I'm dealing with year, I close and I press enter. So this can like extract out the 3 for you. The day name, the month name, and the year. Don't worry, you can when we upload it on the YouTube page, you can go and rewatch it to understand it. So Miriam is here.
Okay.
I'm not going to waste
All
time.
right.
It's going to take us basic statistics with Excel. So let me give her the floor. Miriam, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good
Okay,
evening, everyone.
let me stop sharing. Good evening. Thank you for starting to be here. So
Okay,
you can share your screen now. So continue
okay.
from there. Thank you.
Okay, you still have to enable me to be able to share
I
my
just did
screen.
that now.
Okay, let me try
So
again.
everybody, let me introduce Miriam to us. Miriam is, should I call her mathematician or statistician?
I'm
I
a
don't even know
static.
which one. I still know
Don't
that you
mind
have,
me. I'm just a data analyst. Let's put it
well, I know you have a BSc and a master's in statistics,
that.
if I'm right. So
Yes, yes, I
she's a stats guru. So she will take us to basic statistics. Thank you. Let me leave the floor to you.
am.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can you all see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. So when we say basic statistics, statistics is aligned with a analysis. You have to know a bit of statistics if you want to be a data analyst. So ranging from probabilities, correlation, and regression. So we all are familiar with probabilities. I know people do odds, plays odds on games. So like looking at number of possible outcome over the total number of occurrence. In a particular, say, okay, you have a game. What's the probability of
Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Can anybody hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we can hear
Yes,
you.
can hear you loud and clear.
Miriam.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Can you hear Miriam now? I can't hear Miriam.
I'm not hearing her again.
I'm coming. Hold on. I guess it's network. Network.
Before we move to regression. I said correlation is looking at the relationship between two variables, two quantitative variables. Now we have different kind of correlation. We can use a chi-square to check for correlation. We use chi-square when we have the qualitative variables. We all know what qualitative variables mean. Qualitative variables are the ones in categories, the one that we cannot quantify. They are not numbers. They're like nominal variables. Okay. Let me. Am I taking this too complex? Okay. I believe we are all aware. We all know what
Please
quantitative
don't assume
variables
that you are aware of Miriam, I beg.
Oh my god.
Don't
Okay,
assume it.
wait,
Just
let me
teach them
just
like you're teaching people that don't know it at all.
wow. Okay,
Yeah.
let me share my screen again.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying that we have quantitative variables and we have qualitative variables, right? Quantitative variables are the ones in numbers. Okay. And qualitatives are the ones that you cannot quantify. I can't say, okay, now, yes, the name Benga and Miriam. I can't say, oh, Benga is higher than Miriam. I can't quantify it because it's just a name. It's just like a thing, categorizing a thing, putting a label. Yes, let me use the word, putting a label to Benga, so that we know when I'm talking about Benga, we know this is the person I'm talking about. When I'm talking about Miriam, okay, this is Miriam. So it's not quantifying. But when we're talking about quantitative variables, we can measure. We can say this is more than this. I can say if my age, like age now is a quantitative variable. Age can be 32 and then one can be, I guess, okay, this is 32 is higher than 30, something like that. So when we are talking qualitative now, we use to look at a relationship, correlation between qualitative variables. That is when we use the chi-square. Okay, chi-square is a correlation. You can use it for test of correlation also. So when we are looking at quantitative now, which are numbers, that's when we use the product moment correlation. Okay, so correlation brings about regression. Can you all hear me? Am I making sense?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay,
Yes.
that's fine. Okay, so now correlation, we want to know the relationship between two quantitative variables. And correlation varies. It ranges between -1 to 1. Okay, -1 in the sense that you can have an inverse relationship. That means if, okay, let me give an illustrative example now so you can understand. Okay, let's say I can say, yeah, my age. I want to look at my age and the number of gray hairs I have. Okay, so age will be correlated with number of gray hairs now, because when you have a higher age, that means you're prone to having more gray hairs on your head. So now I can say there's a positive relationship between age and the number of gray hair you have on number of hair strand that agree that you have on your head. So as your age increases, the number of gray hairs increases. So that means like a positive relationship. Okay. So when we are now looking at another thing, okay, yes, let's look at your car. Probably the number of months or years you've used your car and the cha-cha, how authentic it's going to be, as it's going to wear out as time goes on. Okay. So the number of years, as the number of years increases, the quality of your engine reduces, right? So that's like an inverse relationship with the number of years you've used the car and the quality of the engine. So I'm just trying to explain when we say correlation, we can have it as positive and we can have it as negative. So when we now say, when you check for correlation and you get a correlation like, let's say, 0. From 0.7 upwards, that's a strong correlation. So it's either, so if it is now negative 0.7, that means a strong negative correlation. So when it's like 0 positive, that's a strong positive correlation, something like that. And then, yeah, let's try and do the correlation before we move to regression. And when we say yes, like I just mentioned, 0.7, so it's just telling us that there exists a strong correlation. Does not mean, okay, if I can't say because I'm 30, something like the example I gave on age and the number of gray hairs. I can't quantify it. I just know there exists a strong correlation. I can't say, oh, if your age is this, then probably you have this number of gray hairs. No, it's not going to measure cost. This is what brought about this. It's because of my age. That is why I have this number of gray hairs. Correlation cannot do that. It will just tell me they are associated, but it will not measure. So I can't measure the impact my age is going to have on my gray hair. So what can do that is the regression. Regression measures impact. So regression is like the basis of like the simplest machine learning. We all know machine learning when you outputs and you want to like predict what the output is going to be, having a set of other predictors. So, okay, before I double too far, let me come back. Am I still in line, Sagwinga?
Yes, so
Okay. So I
yeah.
said let's try our hands on a correlation before we'll go for that to regression. So we are all okay. You all can see my screen. So let's go to the data tab. I got this. Maybe I'll share this.
Hello, Miriam, can you hear me? Hello. Oh my, that's okay again. Can you hear me, Miriam? Hello. Yes. Fine, man. Kingston is really doing Shagil. Let's just chill for a few minutes, guys.
So I was saying, yeah. So is there anyone that is using his or her laptop?
I will suggest that if you just continue, when you are done with the
Okay.
class, they will
Okay.
watch it and practice on their own.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Because if you've not done correlation, regression, or ANOVA on your Excel before, you're not going to have this adding. So you have to include it. You have to go to your files and then go to option and put it and add it.
Please, can you show us that,
You
please?
install it. Okay. So you're going to come to file, options. Okay. Then add-ins. What you need to choose is this analysis tool pack. Okay. So when you click on it, okay. Yeah, right. So you're going to click on go. It comes here, you're going to check it. If you, for future purpose, you can check all so that you have everything in case you need it. But the ones that will be needing for this regression and correlation is this first one, analysis tool pack. This VB is for Visual Basic Application. So after you check it, okay, then it gets added in the data tab. Okay. So this is it right here, data analysis. So we're going to click on it. What's happening? Okay. So you have all the kind of analysis you can do here. Excel allows you to do ANOVA, run descriptive statistics like looking at mean, the inter
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?